Hey friends, welcome back to Grand Adventure. I'm your host, Mark Guido, and in this week's episode, we are bringing our American Heartland Tour 2020 to the beautiful Keweenaw Peninsula and Keweenaw Bay, areas of Michigan's spectacular Upper Peninsula. We hope you'll come along. Stick around. This episode of Grand Adventure is sponsored by the Dyrt. Find the campsite that's right for you from over 44,000 listings, either on the web or in their #1 ranked mobile app. Get extra features and functionality with an annual membership to the Dyrt Pro. Now, I don't know how we always get so lucky with campsites, but this is no exception. We are in L'Anse Township Park, which is just a few miles north of the tiny town of L'Anse, Michigan, right at the head of Keweenaw Bay. This is a town-operated park. They have 27 electric campsites for $26 per night for RVs and $15 for tenters. However, there are 26 of those 27 sites down there, a little bit closer to the lake. And here, up the hill, about 150 yards from the nearest other campsite, is our number 27. I don't know how we always get this lucky. We somehow seem to make it happen. This is too cool. The American Fur Trading Company established their first trading post on this site, right here in our campground. Three miles south of our campground, the town of L'Anse sits at the head of L'Anse Bay, itself the southernmost portion of Keweenaw Bay, at the base of the Keweenaw Peninsula. In French, L'Anse translates to the cove or the bay. Before the arrival of French colonists and fur traders, L'Anse was home to the Chippewa, who still reside on a reservation on the north side of town, the oldest native reservation in Michigan. In fact, it's our understanding that the town leases the land for the park and campground from the tribe. There's one small supermarket in town, one laundromat, and a couple of gas stations. There's a Subway, a Burger King, and a couple of dollar stores out by US 41, where it skirts the town. That's about it, and that's just the way we like it. I may be mispronouncing this, but Pequaming is an unincorporated community in L'Anse Township on a narrow point of land that juts into Keweenaw Bay. It was once home to a large sawmill that first opened in the 1870s as the first large-scale sawmill in the Lake Superior region, and which was purchased in 1923, along with the mill's timberlands, by the Ford Motor Company to produce crating lumber, floorboards, truck boxes, and wood panels for station wagons. Henry Ford even built his summer home here. The sawmill closed in 1942 after the company's ships were diverted for operations in World War II, and truck tires were in short supply. This was all the film we were able to shoot in Pequaming before getting unceremoniously chased off the property. The mouth of the Huron is about 25 miles northeast of L'Anse and is a beautifully remote stretch of beach, even by UP standards. It's a popular boondocking spot accessed by around 3 miles of graded dirt road from the nearest pavement to reach the mouth of the Huron River. The deep sandy beach stretches for nearly 2 miles, with views of the Huron Islands offshore, home to the Huron National Wildlife Refuge. The Abbaye Peninsula is a 12-mile-long peninsula that juts into Lake Superior due north of L'Anse. The timber company in Pequaming cut the last of the old-growth forest here in the late 19th century and early 20th, although the current second-growth northern boreal forests here are managed for the production of pulpwood. The forested peninsula is nearly uninhabited, and there are no paved roads here. It's a wonderful place to explore the Lake Superior shoreline in its natural state. Located near the center of the Keweenaw Peninsula, Houghton is the largest city in the Copper Country region. Named for Michigan's first state geologist, Douglas Houghton, who reported finding copper deposits in the region, it's the 5th largest city in the Upper Peninsula with a population of less than 8,000. It's also home to Michigan Tech and became the birthplace of professional ice hockey in the United States when the Portage Lakers were formed in 1903. The Portage Lift Bridge, the world's heaviest and widest double-decked vertical lift bridge, connects the cities of Houghton and Hancock, spanning the Keweenaw waterway that bisects the peninsula. The bridge is the only land-based link between the north and south sections of the peninsula. As early as 7,000 years ago, Native Americans in this area mined incredibly rare, pure copper metal, no smelting required, to make tools and jewelry from veins in the bedrock at or near the surface. Examples of prehistoric Michigan copper have been found across North America, and crazy as it may sound, some even hypothesize that it even made its way to Europe and Egypt during the Bronze Age, although no one yet knows for sure. Modern mining, such as here at the Quincy Mine in Hancock, began in the 1840s, and many Cornish and Finnish immigrants arrived in the Houghton area to work in the copper mines that created the UP's copper country. The town of Calumet was once at the center of the mining industry of the Upper Peninsula, and its prosperity has fluctuated with the fortunes of the mine. Its population in 1900 exceeded 25,000, whereas today it's less than 700. Passing through Calumet now feels like visiting a ghost town in the making. Patricia and I both fell in love with the tiny village of Eagle Harbor. This hamlet was an especially popular supply point with early sailors, as it had a protected harbor, a good steamboat landing, and is located around midway between Sault Ste. Marie and Duluth. It was here that Douglas Houghton met his untimely death at age 36, drowning while making a survey of mineral lands in the Upper Peninsula. Brockway Mountain Drive is a nearly 9-mile scenic roadway stretching from north of Eagle Harbor to the town of Copper Harbor near the tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula. It runs along the ridge of Brockway Mountain on the Keweenaw Fault and climbs to 1,320 feet above sea level, 720 feet above the surface of Lake Superior below. This road is one of the highest scenic roadways above sea level in the U.S., between the Rocky and Allegheny Mountains. The forests adorning the surrounding mountainsides are privately owned, mostly by Champion International Paper. With barely over 100 full-time residents, Copper Harbor's population swells with summer tourists. The hills and forests surrounding Copper Harbor beckon mountain bikers with an extensive trail network. Just beyond Copper Harbor, both the asphalt and US 41 reach its end, nearly 2,000 miles away from the highway's other end in Miami, Florida. But we're going to try to continue out to the very end of land at High Rock Bay. This is a road where a high clearance vehicle is a must. High Rock Bay is another beautiful boondocking spot for tent campers or truck campers, with views of Manitou Island and its lighthouse across the waters of Lake Superior. It's adjacent to the Keweenaw Rocket Range, which was used by NASA from 1964 to 1971. I'm probably mispronouncing this too, but the sand on the beach at Bete Gris on the peninsula's south shore, is said to sing when pressing down on it with the palm of a hand. Local legend has it that the sand's voice is that of a Native American maid who lost her lover to the Great Lakes and still calls to him from the shore with the aid of visitors who play in the sand. Now, those of you who have been Grand Adventurers for a while, at least prior to the current 2020 season, know that as much as we've been enjoying our American Heartland Tour 2020, traveling all over this great nation's midsection to see all the wonderful things that it has to offer, we also are boondockers at heart. And we've been missing that opportunity since we've been traveling east of the Rockies. That's why we are super excited about a new feature that our video sponsor, the Dyrt, has just added for pro members. It's a free camping tool that overlays U.S. Forest Service and BLM lands right on the maps in their mobile app, so you can find that perfect boondocking location for yourself. Now, that's available on offer for pro members, along with the discounts of up to 40% at campgrounds across the country, and the ability to navigate and search offline when outside of cell service range or Wi-Fi signal. They offer this for pro members at an annual fee of $35.99 per year. However, because you are a Grand Adventurer, you get an extra special discount of 10% off that annual membership just by using the promo code Grand Adventure that appears on your screen right now and clicking on the link down below in the video description. Now, pro users actually get to try it out for free for the first 7 days before they get billed. So this is the perfect opportunity to head over to thedyrt.com and try it out for yourself. So we truly hope that you've enjoyed visiting the Keweenaw Bay and Keweenaw Peninsula areas with us. It has been spectacular. So if you're not yet a Grand Adventurer, this is the perfect time to go smash that little red subscribe button down there in the corner and ring that notification bell. Because next week, we are bringing our American Heartland Tour 2020 to the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, right outside of Bayfield, Wisconsin. And you don't want to miss a single episode that premieres each and every Wednesday evening. We'd be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. Now, down below the video, it is extremely important to us that if you like this episode, please give us a big thumbs up. And while you're down there, that's also where you'll find the comment section. That's where we'd love to hear from you after each episode. So until next week from the Apostle Islands, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.